The Movie Bar Podcast.
Welcome to the Movie Bar Podcast. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Movie Bar Podcast. I'm John.
I'm Justin.
I'm Billy.
How you guys doing this week?
I'm doing better, but
Better than you.
Stupid sound thing.
Everybody's doing better than me. COVID did it. We'll say I did go see Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie Friday. It was very disappointing.
What?
Well, they had to end the show by 11.
Oh, they always have. Great.
The Great Woods.
Alice Cooper only played for like 35 minutes.
Oh, yeah, his show's never that long anymore.
It's better to go see them at like Worcester.
Yeah, the Worcester show was much better. Like Zombie didn't even play fucking House of a Thousand Corpses or Pussy Liquor or Thick Bubblegum. All my favorite songs. But let's start off with a little bit of housekeeping.
Well, the big news happened earlier today. James Earl Jones has passed away at 93.
Tulsa Doom.
Darth Vader.
This is CNN. Pasa.
Asa, he was in Field of Dreams, and Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Yeah. So many great
Yeah,
movies. Next to Morgan Freeman, probably like the most like iconic voice.
You ever seen the episode of The Big Bang Theory that he plays in? He plays himself.
Yeah,
I haven't, but I've heard about it.
it's
Funny
pretty
as
good.
hell.
I guess he's like an unhinged version of himself.
It's like, I got this lion check, residual check sitting in my pocket. You want to go to Tijuana? Well, he will be missed. Condolences to his friends, families, and fans.
So everybody.
Yeah. Who could not like
Who
James Earl
could
Jones?
hate or not like James Earl Jones? It's just no way.
Too great a man. All right. Next up, we have Keke Palmer remaking The Burbs, the old Tom Hanks movie, as a series for Peacock. Now,
I hate when they do shit like that.
I mean, do they really need the IP? I mean, you could easily do this without the name The Bird.
But
You
that's
know,
not
something
going
like
to sell.
It
The
It probably could, though. I mean, the IP, like, I like The Birds. It's a great movie, but it's not very, like, memorable. Most people have forgotten about it. I mean, it's very niche in its, in its fandom.
Well, it's been making the rounds this year. It's celebrating, what, the 35th anniversary? I know we covered it not too long ago.
I mean, I can see where they can, easily stretch it out into a series.
Yeah.
But hopefully they have like a start, like an actual end point in mind. Like, because the ones that just keep dragging on, oh, it's popular, we'll just keep going and going and going. That's when it gets too shitty. So hopefully they keep it something small time frame, 1-2 seasons. Because that's what all streamers are doing. They're not, even doesn't matter how popular they are, they're just killing them. Just fucking plan them out, give them an end, and tell the goddamn story. That's what we need to start doing.
Like, I'm surprised Chucky's making it past the 3rd season.
Well, Chucky's better.
Fucking dog, don't shut him up.
Nope.
All right, and lastly, in a Terrifier 3 marketing. If you call 772-837-7439, you'll get a voicemail from Art the Clown, and he'll Venmo you a penny.
Well, you don't even hear Art the Clown. He's just like
It's just the
honking
horn.
his horn. Yes, and I guess it's in Morse code or something. I haven't heard if it was an actual like message, but yeah.
Can we handle that voice correctly, please?
What? Who? Pee-wee? He's just excited.
Did he get Venmo'd a penny?
Yes. Been motivated. I'm sure he has been.
All right, now it's time for
Coming attractions.
John and his voice modulator. All right, first we've got Amy Adams in December's Night Bitch.
She's put on a lot of weight for this movie, huh?
Well,
It doesn't look good in this movie. But I guess that's probably
I mean, that's part of the point.
yeah.
But I don't know what to make of this.
Oh, it confused me at first. It took me a
I-
little bit.
It's like a werewolf, but she turns into like
I
a dog.
I get it, but like I don't know whether it's going to just be so dumb it's bad or like it hardcore depends. I don't know. I don't know where it's going. We'll see. But it's definitely got the potential to just be downright horrendous. So we'll see.
Yes. Next up, we have the Minecraft movie coming out sometime in 2025.
Which
They don't
does
make
look
up
just
for it.
downright horrendous.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
wonder
even play the damn game.
yeah, I'll still see it because I know AJ still wants to see it.
And I don't
Oh,
have
maybe
the-
they'll give it the Sonic treatment, and they'll like shelve it for
How
another
though?
few
How
months.
can you
to
do
fix
that
it.
with Minecraft? From what I know about the game, it's not fucking much.
I don't know. I guess a lot of the people aren't happy with some of like the realistic board designs, and I don't know.
That's the thing. When they make it a movie, they always got to change everything and make it more movie quality when that's not what people actually want.
They
But they
gotta
have to make it appeal
appeal.
to a broader audience. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for them to make changes.
It looks like it's another Borderlands.
And ironically, as Bret Hart is walking out on Monday Night Raw, September 25th, Netflix is releasing a 6-hour documentary on Mr. McMahon. Wonder if Bret was interviewed for that at all.
Oh yeah.
Well, from what Conrad Thompson's been saying, it's a double barrel burial of Vince McMahon from all around, and WWE ain't happy about it. But
Well, I thought they weren't going
know what?
anywhere near to, but it was in the trailer.
they had so many people in the trailer.
Everybody about oh JR. He's pissed.
But I mean, all of that it started before the real allegations came out, and then I'm sure it took a hard right turn because you can't just not cover that when you're already got the access, you know. So,
At least it was before he had his porn stash.
but you know what? I mean, he deserves a double barrel burying
Yeah.
from just what's in those allegations alone. If even one of those is true, he deserves it. So.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much money he made other people and all that lies. He's still a pretty terrible guy.
Oh
I
yeah.
bet you Bret's in it going, fuck Goldberg.
And then on September 27th, we have Will and Harper. Story of a cross-country journey from Will Ferrell and his recently transitioned friend Harper. Which, I mean, it looks funny.
Yeah. Everyone
how,
needs
like-
a friend like Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
I like when they pull up to the gate guard and they're like, do you know this famous actor? And the guy's like, no.
He's like, all right, just keep going. It's all right. No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, here's Will. He's like, his friend comes out to him with this whole thing, and instead of like, a lot of people be like, oh, what the hell? whatever. He actually tries to understand it and tries to, kind of see what he's going through and,
Yeah.
help him along. That's a real friend.
Mm-hmm.
We do that for you, Justin, if you transition. Billy, not so much.
You're the one who's got the surgery scheduled.
Uh-oh. Comes Gunther.
It was a circular incision. I remember that episode.
Well, it looks like it should be funny. That's a Netflix one, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, what did we watch this week, Billy?
Okay, well, started off this week with Beetlejuice. Then we went and saw Beetlejuice.
I gotta post that too,
Hey.
by the way.
Now you've said it 3 times, and
I know.
you are fucked.
I wonder what happens. You know how you say it 3 times and he appears, and then you say it 3 more times and he gets sent back. What happens if you just go Beetlejuice?
That'll be
really
in the
quick
thing.
like that. And he
He
come back.
winds up like Scrooge when he gets teleported and his head's backwards.
Why do they want to tell me my ass is so big? All right. So I watched those 2. Then I watched Friday the 13th, 2009. I watched the original Friday the 13th. And lastly, I watched Top Secret.
That's the Dan Aykroyd movie.
Oh, Val Kilmer.
No, Val Kilmer.
My bad. All right, Justin, what about you?
I watched Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th. I was working. Busy week.
So I watched The Maze, Fear Farm 2, Bloodfest, Lumber Party Massacre. I watched the Joe Bob version. Then I watched Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horror. Then I watched Good Boys.
Good Boys wasn't that great. I saw that.
Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Jeez.
Watched Teeth, Death of Me, Devil Below, Snack Shack, Friday the 13th from 2009, and Friday the 13th from 1980. If I didn't almost die Saturday, there would have been a lot more movies.
Teeth, that's one I've put on my list of things to watch for a
What?
long time. Teeth.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
I haven't watched it since we watched it first time go around years ago, Justin. All right, and now it is time for
The feature presentation.
double feature. Friday the 13th, 2009 and 1980. We are doing a horror head-to-head. This will be our theme in October. Figured we'd start it now and work out the kinks.
Yeah, a little sneak preview of things to come.
And in this corner, Crystal Lake history of murder doesn't deter counselors from setting up a summer camp in a woodsy area. Superstitious locals warn against it, but the fresh-faced young people pay little heed to the old-timers. They then find themselves stalked by a brutal killer, and they're slashed, shot, stabbed, and the counselors struggle to stay alive against a merciless opponent. Friday the 13th, 1980. And in this corner, against the advice of locals and police, Clay scours the eerie woods surrounding Crystal Lake for his missing sister, Whitney. But the rotting cabins of an abandoned summer camp are not the only things he finds. Hockey masked killer Jason Voorhees lies in wait for a chance to use his razor-sharp machete on Clay and a group of college students who have come to the forest to party. Friday the 13th, 2009.
All right, and it's time for the tail of the tape here. So for release dates, we have May 9th, 1980 for the original, And we have February 13th, 2009 for the reboot. They're both rated R, and they were both an hour and 35 minutes. The original was directed by Sean S. Cunningham, while Marcus Nispel was the director of the 2009 reboot. Now, here's the big discrepancy. The budget for the original, $550,000. The budget for the 2009 reboot, $19 million. Box office, once again, big discrepancy in terms of like over how much money you made times your budget, whatever. The original movie, $59.8 million at the box office on a $550,000 budget, whereas the remake was $92.7 million on their $19 million budget.
Be interesting to see in like actually inflation adjusted numbers to see what that would actually read out as today, you know.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. So currently the original is purchase only, but in another month or so, sooner or later, it's going to be all over the place for Halloween. It'll be on Max, I'm sure. Probably Tubi, something. But the reboot is on Max, Hulu already, and available for purchase.
Well, the average ticket price in 1980 was $2.69.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to $8.47 today.
Yep.
Before I get into the cast, I just wanted to say, John, if you're gonna spew into this. You look like you're looking for something to grab the way your mouth is going.
Got a barrel ready to go.
Right.
All right, our casts of characters start in 1880. Betsy Palmer playing Pamela Voorhees. Kevin Bacon as Jack. Adrienne King as Alice. Robbie Morgan as Annie. Laurie Bartram as Brenda. Janine Taylor as Marcy. Harry Crosby as Bill. Mark Nelson as Ned. Walt Gorney as Crazy Ralph. Paul Brower as Steve. And Ari Lehman as Jason Voorhees. Now in 2009, we've got Juliana Gill as Bree. Jared Padalecki as Clay. Danielle Panabaker as Jenna. Derek Mears as Jason Voorhees. Willa Ford as Chelsea. Amanda Rigetti as Whitney. Aaron Yu as Chewie. Travis Van Winkle as Trent. Marika Olivo as Amanda. Ben Feldman as Richie. Jonathan Sadowski as Wade. Arlen Escarpeta as Lawrence. Ryan Hansen as Nolan. Mike Mennel as Mike. Nick Mennel as Mike. Kyle Davis as Donnie. Caleb Gus as Young Jason. And Nana Visitor as Pamela Voorhees. What name? Nana Visitor.
Yeah. I had to. I kind of like took a double take when I saw that. Yeah. But it is. I took it easy on you, Justin. I didn't put the
No, I know.
and all that. I figured with the two movies.
Yeah, I mean the other one, the newer one, definitely had more people in it.
Yeah, well, there were more people to kill, so I had to put them in there.
Yeah.
All right, so as we're discussing these two movies, make sure you're clear on whether you're talking about the original or the remake. So how about the different synopsises between these two movies?
I mean, they're not even close.
They're not even really the same movie. I mean,
No.
like really, the first
My
one.
opinion, in the remake, the original movie summed up before the title.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. I mean, actually, the basic it's almost like the first two movies because Jason's killing people before the Friday the 13th pops up, and you find out what happened to Jason's mom, which is basically the end of part one. So I mean, it's like, geez. But yeah, I kind of liked how they did that. I mean, you really don't need to do the whole movie. But like, I mean, because how many friggin' Friday the 13th? You really don't need to retell the origin story.
You're up to what now? 10
Yeah,
or
like
11?
not
Well, this
including
become-
Freddy versus Jason.
That was a totally separate fucking.
I know, but still, it's Jason movie.
So how about the casting of the original?
The casting of the original thing is pretty good. I mean, Betsy Palmer was a kind of a well-renowned actress in her time.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon,
Kevin Bacon
yeah.
became.
Yeah, I mean, other
Ari
than
Lehman's still running around signing autographs at conventions.
oh yeah, I'm sure most of these people are. I mean, really haven't heard much from anyone else. This movie, at it.
How about the casting of the remake?
A lot of young and up and comers. I mean, you got Danielle Panamaker was Killer Frost on The Flash.
Mhm.
Ben Feldman, I know him from that show Superstore, which I always thought was a funny show, being from used to working Bradley's and all that.
Willa Ford was on the original Ultimate Fighter season.
Yeah.
As the host.
And then isn't Jared Padalecki the guy from like Supernatural or something?
And the Walker Texas Ranger remake.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
And how about Derek Mears as Jason Voorhees?
Pretty good, Jason.
Yeah.
I really liked how they did the Jason in this one. They made him kind of more like almost, I want to say, like cerebral. Like you saw how he had like all the tunnels underneath and
With bells.
all like the little bells so he know where the people were. Because you always wondered how the hell did Jason know where the people were, and
Yeah.
that was kind of like an interesting take on it. So I mean, it shows him, like setting the traps, like the bear trap that caught Ben when he was going to check on what's her name there, Amanda, who was hung up and burning alive there. But yeah, I mean, he thought it out. He planned more. He wasn't just an unthinking monster.
Yeah.
I like
And-
I like that really a lot about this.
It added a new dimension to Jason.
Yeah.
Keep it up, dog.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the settings
I
of the
think
movie.
Mom's home.
Thanks, Mickey. So obviously the settings of the movie are the same. They both take place at a camp. Obviously the remakes camp is a little more run down than what they're trying to put back out.
Yeah, well, in 1980, it was still trying to get used, and in 2009, not so much. Which I can understand. A bunch of people had been killed there. I wouldn't really want to work there either.
So obviously the stories are not similar, as we have two totally separate killers in each movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But in the original, you really don't find out it's Jason's mom until the end.
Yep.
Nice little twist.
And then Jason just takes over from there for the next 9 sequels.
But in the remake, it's Jason all the way.
Well, technically, I mean, Mom did try to kill that one, got her in the flashback. But
Jason did the majority of the work.
Yeah.
That's why you never go in the woods looking for pot, and you never go in the woods to have sex.
that's right. Stay in school, kids.
Doubly screwed if you do both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys have a favorite kill from each movie?
I like the sleeping bag over the fire. I thought that one was good.
Yeah,
In the remake.
roast, that's always good.
And of course, Kevin Bacon in the first.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, I liked when dude driving the boat gets the arrow through the head.
Yeah,
the
that's
boat
pretty
just
good.
starts coming, and she just gets clocked in the head.
That guy that owned the cabin in the remake was a pompous asshole.
Yeah.
The Trunt.
Mhm. Yeah, he was a dick.
Yes, he was. Plays that part really well. What's his name there? Is that Travis Van Winkle?
Yeah.
He's even got the name of an asshole, Van Winkle.
Hey, you don't know that. Be a very nice young man.
That might just be his acting name.
That's right. Like,
What are some noticeable differences between the two movies besides
Everything.
production?
Yeah, it's very much. I mean, they're two totally different movies. And the first one's they're still trying to make it a camp, where in the last one, like the camp's completely abandoned. It's just a setting.
And they're slightly different. They're cerebral in different ways. Because, like in the later movie, it shows he's got thought and all that stuff, so it's adding that layer. And in the early movies, you're kind of sitting there figuring out what the fuck's going on, trying to figure out who's doing the killing.
Yeah, and there's no mystery in 2009. You know
No.
who's doing the killing.
Mm-hmm. But now you know how. Or one idea of how. There.
So the
Fighting
length of
for
both
rights.
movies was an hour and 35 minutes. Yay or nay?
I'm sure
Yeah.
that was on purpose.
I think it. I thought that rewatching the remake went quicker for me.
Yeah, well, because there's more action in the newer one. The other one,
Yeah.
kind of like more a mystery.
And the
And
story
again-
just keeps rolling as it goes.
Yeah, and you have to deal with the 80s acting.
Yeah. It's more of a slow build up.
And a lot more screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a long enough period in between the two movies? 29 years?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it
I
didn't
mean,
happen sooner.
I mean,
Because they were still making sequels.
Yeah. When did Jason X came out? That came out in what, 2003?
2 or 3? I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't that long.
I thought Jason
Later than
was
somewhere in the
2001.
2000s.
2001, yeah. That's what I figured. So, I mean, it's only, 8 years between? And then you still had Jason and versus Freddy, which that one I think was 2003, 2004. Right?
That abomination.
That wasn't that bad. It was better than some of the Jason sequels.
Yeah. So I know this is a give me, but which had the better kills? 1980 or 2009?
2009,
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
I think 2009 had a bigger pool to choose from all the
Well, yeah.
sequels.
And you know what? It's kind of like, no one knew when the 1980 movie came out, no one kind of knew what it was going to turn into. So it was kind of like a run of the mill kind of multi-murderer mystery. Like the kills weren't like that, like lavish, like you
Yeah.
see nowadays. Whereas the 2009 one kind of knew what it had to live up to in terms of like, uniqueness.
What
and,
had Jason had been brought in, had been evolved into.
yeah.
They had to use the evolved version of him, but make it look like he was that way. So.
So which story did you think was better? I think 2009 was better.
No, I think
I mean, like the sub storyline of dude trying to find his sister who was kidnapped.
Yes, I definitely think the 2009 story was better.
Whereas the 1980, it's my son died out in that lake. Imagine if they never had Jason come pull the guy out of the boat at the end of the night of the original.
Yeah.
Would
Well,
be
imagine she actually spent the money on swim lessons. Or maybe a floaty. Some floaties for his arms.
which killer was more scary or more menacing?
Jason.
Jason's mom or Jason?
Jason.
Oh, a
Jason.
scorned
Jason's
mom.
Jason's mom looked like she was going to bake cookies after.
Because he in the new one he never really ran, but you could tell he was sprinting. He was power walking. He was moving.
Derek Miz is a big fucking dude.
Hmm. But he was going through those tunnels with a purpose, which you then generally didn't see in the older ones. When they got to him, he was just walking along.
Only 6'5".
I think it's better that they gave him some speed.
Makes a little more sense.
Hmm.
All right. Which killer's death was better, 2009 or 1980?
1980. Because she actually died.
Well, they haven't made a sequel to this one yet, so after the new one yet, so.
But he jumps out at the very end of the last.
Yeah, I
thing.
hate how they
I
do
mean,
that in those things all the time.
Yeah. It's not that.
The mass drifting down to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever see a sequel to
Which
this?
means that he swam down to get it and then came back up.
No, I don't think he had. Did he have the mask on? I don't think he had the mask.
No, it was down at the bottom of the lake.
But did he have the mask on when he came back up?
I don't think so.
I think so. Pretty sure he did.
Because I think you see the back of his head.
Do you think we'll see a sequel to this remake at all? I know the
Hopefully not.
license
Kind of.
is in limbo.
I think you'll end up seeing another reboot before you see a sequel.
Oh, I heard next is the prequel.
Prequel. Oh yeah, Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
really
this
need
one
a
deserves a sequel.
Yeah, it does. It did deserve it. I know it got a lot of hate when it first came out. A lot of people are like, oh, why you got to do this to all our old movies? But it really was. It was pretty good.
They
I
bitch
enjoyed it.
about that shit. Oh, you're making another remake, but then they go and see it, which then drives the box office up, which makes them want to do another remake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's kind of too bad they didn't do a sequel to this one. They really should have.
Okay, which one had the better ending? I think the kid coming out from the water and grabbing her out of the boat when she thinks she's safe.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely
First
did.
one's an iconic ending. It's
the first one was unexpected. If you're coming into it never having seen it, it's unexpected. But when they're sitting there on that dock at the end of the new one,
you go,
like,
they did the thing.
this stupid thing.
They did the thing. They did the
They
thing.
put the body in the water, and then he's gonna do the thing, and that's just not. They shouldn't have done that.
Okay, so who wins the head-to-head? Halloween, Friday the 13th, 1980, or Friday the 13th, 2009? I'm voting 2009.
Honestly, I'm going to go with 1980 just because about it.
Did you see that one in theaters, Billy?
No.
I remember seeing it in 2009 in theaters.
I was like a year old when it came out.
What the fuck, what?
Billy's gonna play the boomer.
Yeah. I could have been Crazy Ralph in the remake.
We'll remember that when they start casting for Crystal Lake.
Oh, I'll do that role.
Well, sounds like the winner was 2009.
Get outvoted.
That's okay. I like them both, but I got to give the nod to the original.
And that's fine. Maybe. Oh, but all right. How about
October? We got Hellraiser, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, Texas Chainsaw, all the viral head-to-heads coming up. Halloween.
those are all more actual head-to-heads, though.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to discuss them.
Well, Hellraiser, not really. The new Hellraiser.
I haven't watched that.
I haven't watched.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's killing me because I've been dying to watch The Town That Dreaded Sundown, but I don't want to watch it right now. If I'm gonna have to watch it in a couple of weeks. Keeps
I don't think
popping up on my movies you might like next.
Yeah, I've watched the original. I don't think I watched the remake of that.
Well, I know if you buy the Blu-ray, you get both of them. So, all right, Justin, throw us some ratings.
All right, John, throw me some ratings. 1980.
4.5, 3.5.
No, 4.5 for the 8. I give 4.5 for the original 1980.
I'm gonna go 3.25 for the 1980. 2009. John.
4.
4.
4. Okay. And for 1980, IMDb gave it a 6.4 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 66%. Letterboxd 3 out of 5. 2009, IMDb 5.5. Rotten Tomatoes 25%. Letterboxd 2.5. So clearly they thought the other way. Well, that's just too bad for them. Next week, though. Oh
I
boy, oh
can't
boy.
wait. I cannot wait. I love
25th
this movie.
anniversary of one of the best work-related movies ever.
Oh, this
Office
reminds me of my
Space.
old job.
Starring Ron Livingston and Jennifer Aniston.
They take my stapler away one more time. Kind of going through that at work. I'm not allowed to have a stapler anymore.
Excuse me.
Are you sapooing this shit?
No,
It's not that my
keep
margarita.
stapling my forehead. Maybe I'll do it next week live on air.
No thanks.
You got a swing line?
What?
You got a swing line?
I don't know.
A stapler. Come
I know
on.
what you're talking about, but I don't have one of those.
Hey, babe, check out the boobs on the TV there. But yeah, that's on you.
Well,
There, bud.
that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining us today.
Before we go, find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, and most places you listen to your podcasts.
And don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated on future episodes and join the conversation. You can find us on X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at movie_bar_pod and at the Movie Bar Podcast on Facebook.
Until next time, keep the popcorn popping and the reels rolling, and we will catch you next time on the Movie Bar Podcast.